What's up guys, duarktikhq with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're gonna take a look at Jean Grey. She's coming tomorrow, and Envoys just dropped a bunch of videos showcasing her. I guess it seems like she's pretty bad, so yeah, I watched all the videos so you don't have to, and I'm gonna give you my conclusions based on what I have seen. It seems like Scopely once again fails expectations, but I mean, 4 reworks, 1 new character. I was not expecting much, to be honest. But at the same time, we are going to need this character whether we like it or not, or it so seems to be, because Jean Grey is going to be necessary for the new Spotlight raids that are starting tomorrow already, next week, I'm not sure. But we have new Spotlight raids, Spotlight Raid 2, where we're gonna require Alpha Flight and the Uncanny Avengers. So whether you like it or not, you'll need Jean Grey for sure. So in this video, we're gonna break down all information that you need to know about Jean Grey, see why you need her or not for Cosmic Crucible, which characters she counters, and why is her performance so disappointing. And talk about overall about the Immortal X-Men team. So as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button like a boss. Okay, so like I was saying, I watched all these Envoy content creator videos, and they showcase that Jean Grey, I mean, Jean Grey is not bad, but the whole team is not good, and we have been talking about this for a few weeks already. There are massive flaws on the kits of Beast, Polaris and Cable that make them pretty much useless. Beast, for example, he has a mechanic that is not on his kit, is on Jubilee's kit, which is really terrible. When a character drops below 50%, Beast gains speed bar and energy. So this should be on Beast's kit and not on Jubilee's kit. And this is really terrible, because when you take a look at these Immortal X-Men characters, you need to have the whole team or most of their abilities will not work. Because on her passive, she stops the speed bar of the enemies if you have the whole team. If you don't have the whole team, you start losing different buffs. But it's not the worst thing, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest, like, not having the whole team is not that bad. And this means that we might see hybrid teams that we can use, and probably on defense. Yeah, it's true that these characters have some bonuses for offense, but they actually might be better on defense together with other characters. But we'll talk about that in the future. Overall, I've been testing these characters extensively. This is not on the test server, by the way. This is on the live server. This is my account on the live server. Yes, I have 3 diamonds, Isolate Purple on all of these characters because I really wanted to test them in depth. I tested them in Dark Dimension. They were okay, I guess. I guess okay is a good word. Nothing special. We have 1 Cosmic, everyone else is global, so you're gonna have a very powerful global team for sure. But I'm gonna be honest, like, it was not like majorly impressive or anything like that. Let's take a look at my results of Cosmic Crucible this week and see what the Immortal X-Men could have done against some of these teams that I faced. So we are on Masters 2, we are at like a rank 200 or something, and we won 3-0 this week. So on the first week, we can take a look, like, so who does Jean Grey counter and the Immortal X-Men? So it's teams that get speed bar on spawn, and it's teams that do their special before they do their ultimate. So for example, against Kaori, yeah, sure, Jean Grey and the Immortal X-Men would be strong against Kaori, but the problem is that you have other characters paired up with these characters like Thanos and Game that completely undermine the Immortal X-Men because they don't have the mechanics that are necessary to deal with threats like these. In regards of this team, would the Immortal X-Men be good against this team? Yes, they would be, because not only we have Dormammu, and Immortal X-Men have several abilities that kill enemies and they cannot be revived. We also have Super Skrull that gets a bunch of speed bar. Dormammu also gets speed bar if his ability blocked, so that would be another thing. So yeah, sure, the Immortal X-Men would be great against this team, but we already one-shotted it, so I guess we are getting these characters to use in other rooms, and that's a good thing. Gives us a little bit more flexibility, but overall this is not a huge deal. For the other room, we have Illuminati plus Odin. Would Immortal X-Men do anything against this team? Absolutely not. So once again, it's another AL for the Immortal X-Men. Then we have Mephisto with the Scientist Supreme. Yes, Immortal X-Men would stop Scientist Supreme from applying the negative effects to our team and to give speed up to their team. But I mean, is really Orcish that dangerous on defense that we have to use the latest premium team? Probably not, right? So this is also not a good justification against this team. Then we have Spider-Verse, Spider Society. Like, this is an absolute dogshit team, like no one cares. We're not going to use Immortal X-Men against these. And finally we have Black Knight and we have Astral, which Immortal X-Men destroy very, very easily. Not exactly because of the speed bar, but we have charges on Black Knight, and we have this team that is overall slow, and Immortal X-Men can counter them. Just because they are slightly faster, we can do a little bit of turn rewind, and Storm can pretty much one-shot Black Knight. So we have a few situations where, sure, yeah, Immortal X-Men are going to be somewhat interesting, but like I said, we already have other tools in the game that have very good efficiency. So do we really need these? If you are looking for the teams that have the best efficiency and whatever, Immortal X-Men is not going to make that big of a difference. Like, for example, here, you are investing on a whole new team to get maybe 8 more points of efficiency on this match. Is that good enough? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And okay, so this will give us extra flexibility, right? I want to talk about different topics. So we saw the different matches, the ones where it's going to make a difference, where it's not going to make a difference. So now let's take a look at the characters that Immortal X-Men can actually counter. So let's do versus for my battle favorite versus battle favorites. So these are the characters that Immortal X-Men can counter, because on spawn, if you have the full team or whatever, Jean Grey will reduce the energy from their special down to 0. So all of these characters will not have energy on their special on spawn. So Black Cat on defense, game over. Black Knight on defense, probably game over as well. Then we have Old Man Logan. He starts with his special. He's not going to be able to apply revive. Let's be honest. Does anyone uses Old Man Logan on defense? No. So once again, like, this would be great. Immortal X-Men, if they would release last year, and I mean 2023, maybe they would be great against Old Man Logan, but right now they are absolutely pointless. Then we have Quicksilver that gains speed bar whenever you apply slow to him, so that would counter Storm, but because Storm applies trauma and they also get speed bar, then it stops the speed bar from Quicksilver, so that's great in that regard. He also cannot do the special, so you cannot rewind your team. We have Rogue, very powerful special, but at least I'm not using Rogue on defense for the past 3 months or so, so I'm not sure if this is something good. Nightcrawler, I'm not using on defense as well. So the only characters that really matter in regards to Immortal X-Men is pretty much the Black Knight, Super Skrull, and the Scientist Supreme, because every other character we are using on offense. I don't use Black Cat on offense, or maybe I use, I don't remember. But most of these characters that Immortal X-Men counter, we use them on offense. And where are you supposed to use Immortal X-Men? On offense as well. So these characters will never face each other. And the only character that we really face on defense, which is Kaori and Black Knight, we usually pair these characters with other characters that stop Immortal X-Men. So this Immortal X-Men release, Jean Grey release, and these 4 reworks are absolute a failure. They're absolute irrelevant. It's so irrelevant, it doesn't make any sense. Now, there is one thing. Maybe Immortal X-Men were made to counter Null, because when you use the Null special, he summons this Carnage that has special mechanics that will make Null even more powerful. and supposedly this guy has more stats or whatever. But guess what? You can counter this way easier by using Kestrel or something like that. And guess other thing? No one has null. Like literally no one has null. So they released this character and this team that supposedly would counter null, but we are 37 shards out of 180. And even if they would not remove Battle World, we would still be like 2 months away from unlocking null for the first time. So it really doesn't make any sense. Like from all these characters, we use most of them on offense. Super Scroll, he already has so many counters that it's pointless anyway. Old Man Logan, once again, Old Man Logan is really the character that makes the most sense to use against Immortal X-Men, or to use Immortal X-Men against Old Man Logan. But once again, very few people are using this character on defense. So typical Scopely, they are fixing a problem that existed 1 year ago, maybe 2 years ago, but it's no longer a problem. They are just so out of the meta that doesn't even make sense to look at these characters. Now, once again, don't get me wrong. There are things you can do with Jean Grey. Her kit is very powerful. Her kit is very powerful. It's just not on Immortal X-Men. It's just not on Immortal X-Men because we have 3 dud characters like Cable, even Beast. Even Beast is a trash character. And Polaris. These 3 characters are absolute dog shit, and the only thing you get some value of is Jean Grey and Storm. And like I said, we'll be doing some things with these characters in the near future. We're gonna cut down the edges of some of the teams that we were using in the past to get a little bit more efficiency, but overall it's not really something. It's a glorious turd, right? It's a turd made of gold with gems and things like this. It's what this team is. It's absolutely a turd with spread with gold and with gems, and that's pretty much it. But like I said at the beginning of the video, don't forget that you still need this team for the raids, the Uncanny Avengers, right? Because the Uncanny Avengers, they are necessary for the Spotlight 2 raids, and the Spotlight raids is one of the places where free-to-play players can farm characters. So that's it. Like, unfortunately, this is a major flop. Should you core for Jean Grey if you are a free-to-play player? I'm not sure about it. Once again, it will help you a little bit, like 10%, to get better efficiency and better scores in Cosmic Crucible, but overall, it's definitely not a game changer. And if you're on a small alliance, I'm not really sure if doing more Spotlight raids will help you a lot, especially because the rewards are pretty much the same. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the video for Jean Grey. We'll be live tomorrow on Friday. We'll be unlocking her and testing her out to see exactly what she can do. We'll test her in Dark Dimension. We'll test her in Alliance Wars. I'm not expecting to see much from her, but maybe we can craft a team where you can use her paired with other characters and actually get some value out of her. But that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Mouse Tech Force content. And I'll catch you guys later.